Welcome to Troubleshooting Your Longarm. No, you're not having issues. I am. So my lips on the screen do not match my voice right now because I had an audio problem with this first section, and I'm editing it on vacation over the weekend, so I don't have the opportunity to re-record it. All right, the intent of this recording is to give the new person an understanding of how they can get support when they run into a problem. Now, troubleshooting the machine basically covers anything from skip stitches, long stitches, to not the machine not powering up. But you need to sort of identify the problem, and then you will know whether you need to call in a newer technician. So I'm going to show you the resources of MK Quilts and how you access them.
So you can have all sorts of problems, and the first thing you should really do is go over to mkquilts.com. So open up your browser, and in the URL field up here, for those that are quilters and not computer users, I will talk very basics here. Okay, so simply type mkquilts.com. No spaces. The case sensitivity doesn't matter in what they call the URLs, but basically it's the address you're going to with your browser. So we'll simply put that in the top up here and hit enter, and you will end up going to the website. Now, all the little formatting has disappeared around it in the line, but you're there. So one thing I like to point out here, this is the MK Quilts website. You know, some of the content down here is going to change and over time, but one thing that won't change is this big blue button that says click button for support. You have support here, you have click button for support. They both take you the same place to our exceptional support site. So the thing I'd like to point out right now, though, is some people will be going to this on their phone. Some will have different screen resolutions. So I'm just going to use the zoom feature. If I zoom in, all of a sudden you may lose the menu up top here. But you will have what I call the hamburger menu. You can click, and then you have the menu selection down here. So depending whether you're going to it on the phone or on a larger computer screen like we have here, you can see how it changes the layout. Okay, for easier viewing, I'm going to zoom in to make sure that you can see this on my screen. It tells you right here that you can call us directly with urgent issues, and especially our machine owners, we give priority to. Now, pressing number 2 takes you to the support line. You've probably got a 50-50 chance somebody's going to answer during the day because we do stay quite busy. However, I'm going to ask you, if you call, leave a message because it is queued in, and we'll leave the information again at the end of this call. But sending us an email or calling us will automatically be put into a common queue that multiple people are monitoring throughout the day. So you will get your message listened to as quickly as possible. So use those methods, and preferably if you're going to send pictures or something, for those of you out there that know our numbers, texting the pictures to us will work if that's all you can figure out, but we have to go retrieve those off another system. So if you can include your photos of your problem in an email, it's a lot easier to manage, as well as all this information is attached to your personal records so that we keep a history of it and can help you over time. It's all written out here for you. Now, right here, we have some options. Now, when we're dealing with you directly, we might have you go with your smartphone and join a Google Meet session so that we can actually see what is going on. If you have issues with your computer that we're assisting you with, we might have you download this remote support agent, which is the other button. So these are the tools we use to support. But if this is the first time you're looking into your problem and trying to solve it yourself, you want to go into the self-help. And all this is going to do is jump further down the page. So it's actually, you're still on the same page, but it'll jump you down to this self-help section. And why is it in yellow? It's like you can solve most of your problems here. So by going down to the self-help support, you'll see we have 4 main guides set up here. Okay. So if you're having stitch issues, you open up the stitch issue guide. Okay. Read through this. It's pretty straightforward. Skip stitches, long stitches. This is probably the most common difficulty we have, is verbally discussing what the problem is. So you need to know the terminology. A skip stitch is when the needle goes down and comes up, but doesn't grab the bottom thread to make a stitch. And that's usually timing. Long stitches, the machine moves, but the needle doesn't go down when expected. And that is a whole different story that has nothing to do with timing. That's more likely an issue with your encoders. Okay. We're not going to go through training here, but we will have detailed online courses on the university as well. But encoder issues, those are the little wheels on your machine that measure the motion of which way it's going and give you regulation. A lot of times cables are running into your encoders or something's happening. So we actually have a specific cable management document, and I suggest everybody look into it. That has, especially the Handi Quilter machine, so it affects all machines. For the Handi Quilter machines, we've got pictures here, and this is the back of one of the Amara class machines. And there's a video here. I won't play it, but we talk about how to do cable management, and we have some recommendations. They're not all original here, but you can see how the cables lay around in the back, and as the machine goes forward and back, your encoder on your carriage is down here. Okay, your power cables and things can hit it, can pop up the connectors and stuff, and you end up getting some long stitches. Your other encoder is on the right side of the machine. Many calls for support are related to encoders, long stitches, and cable management. So take a look at this. That's probably one of the issues you'll run into. All right, so we will go back to the main page here again, and you can see when you go into the resolving stitches, we cover a lot of different issues. And here is a nice little feature. For the 3 primary guides, we do have a PDF version. They can have more pictures and things in there. It used to only be available to our premium members and owners. So you can actually print it out and have it there at your disposal. Here again, step-by-step troubleshooting steps. Things to look for. 12 steps. They're the same steps I go through when you get me on the phone. So take a look at these and try and solve it yourself. And you will become a much better quilter because you'll recognize a lot of things. There's even topics like inconsistent tension, which is a much deeper discussion because there's a lot of different possibilities there as well. We talked about jagged stitches and what we found, and we even talk about whether you have your needle at the 6 o'clock position or slightly skewed to the 5:30, and why 530 might be the best place to avoid jagged stitches. But there's a lot of information in here. Pro Stitcher troubleshooting. We'll be updating this as well because they have Pro Stitcher Connect out, and there needs to be a few updated photos and things. We talk about some of the older photos. Some of the other issues, common issue is accidentally putting your tablet into simulation mode. So this is a very rich place to go to help resolve your problems. Okay, we even, if you're setting up your own machine, we have self-installation guides and things. So let's go back up to the top here and see what's on our site here. Okay, so the remote support agents. So we do try to be fair on things. If you've been supporting MK Quilts through a premium membership or some membership on the university, we discount our hourly labor rates for support. And you can read through our support policy, our labor rates, and warranty work information here. We won't go into the details, but our support page is sort of a foundation for what we do in keeping our customers satisfied with their machines. Take a look at other people selling machines online, and you will have to search for their support. And getting live support, good luck with that. You'll be talking to a salesperson. All right, so here is a way to schedule live support. You can go directly, currently it's my calendar, but in the future we will have several other people available as well to schedule support with. But you can choose 24 hours in advance. Let's say you wanted to meet with me on Monday or maybe Saturday. You could choose a time. Now, Saturday, I only have a few times open, and actually, I should block those off because I'm going out of town. But essentially, you can choose a time on a date that suits you. Now, these will automatically adjust to your time zone if your computer's set up. And you can schedule 30 minutes, 1 hour, or 1.5. And let's just say a 2 o'clock session. You'll fill in your information. You'll get an email. I'll get an email. It'll automatically get put on my calendar, and I will call you, and then we can choose the right tool to resolve your problem. Okay, so that's one way to guarantee live support. All right, so let's review the methods for contacting us. And like I said, if you accidentally press number 1 for the shop and leave a message there, it goes to the same place, so you don't have to leave a second message. Number 3 on our main line goes to sales. So if you are looking to purchase or upgrade your machine, you can just call in the main number, hit number 3, and Joya right now is in charge of our sales, and she's a quilter, so she can get back with you. She can answer questions. So anything regarding machine sales, you can choose number 3 on the menu when you dial in. Or, and I should have put it up here, you can just send an email to sales@mkquilts.com. Here again, the case, upper or lowercase, doesn't matter in email. So I just did this here to accentuate the MK Quilts. But support for support, sales for sales. Very simple. We try and keep it straight to the point. So hopefully this is helping you figure it out. There are a lot of topics we will be covering both in our live streams and deeper in our courses regarding troubleshooting your machines. I would say 90% of the issues out there are going to be either encoder issues, long stitches, timing issues, skip stitches, shredding, or tension issues. That's the majority of them that we help people with all the time. So it's good to become educated on that, and we will continue to post helpful tips and hints on how to deal with that. So, all right. Thank you for spending the time with me. I would encourage those that are seeing MK Quilts for the first time to really look into us, because we are a full service quilt shop in Florida, but we're also one of the leading national retailers for machines. We've sold hundreds of machines. We don't sell one or two machines a year. We sell many a month. So it's important to know. Well, let me lean that way. That way. Your machine's only as good as your retailer. Okay. Now we do adopt machine owners that bought their machines from someone else. We never say we won't support you. And if you find a retailer that does, they're a lousy retailer, and they're also violating their contract. So check it out, check us out, and we are here for you when you need support. So until we meet again, have a great day. Talk to you later.